Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's team call. It is March 25th. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about Facebook Gold, how to save time and become more efficient in your coaching business. I'm not going to make this call super long. My daughter happens to be off from school today, so if there are any interruptions, I apologize. But yeah, that's just how it is sometimes when you work from home. So let's get started. This is going to be more of like a tutorial compared to how we sometimes do it with the nice slides and everything. So this is going to be a lot more simple today. Okay. So who to friend request, where to look, and how to save time. Let me lower this for a second. Okay. So, friends of friends, particular interest groups, celebrity fitness trainers, their like pages, and your recently added list. So I'm just kind of going to take you guys through that right now, okay? So we'll go to my page, and then when you're at your page, you're going to go to friends. Okay, so when you're first starting out, what I mean by friends of friends is literally friends of friends. So actual people that you know really well or that you know well or is your acquaintance, you'll want to friend request their friends. Once you've exhausted that, once you've exhausted the people that you really know on a personal level and, you know, contacting their friends, that's when you start getting into contacting friends of friends from your recently added list, which is located right here. Okay, so then these are the people that I've added very recently, and what I'll do is I will just click on one of their profiles, usually somebody who has a good amount of friends, and then I'll just start requesting from their list of people that they would have, and so on and so forth. So every time I'll just find people inside of this recently added group to click on their profile and look at their friends and request them. And then over time, when they accept my friend request, they end up in this list as well. And then I click on theirs and so on and so forth. I'm sure that's pretty self-explanatory. Also, this recently added list is extremely convenient. I used to write everybody's name down and hold on, baby. Yeah. Good job, honey bun. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, I'm on the call. Okay, baby. Can you give me a little bit? Here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So it's really convenient because I used to have to write everybody's name down that I was friend requesting, and then I would have to check and see if they accepted my friend request. Then I could write them down on my spreadsheet saying that now they're my friends, and I could cross their name out on my notebook. Well, then I learned about recently added, and so I don't have to write anybody down. I just friend request, and then I can tell if they accepted it by going to this recently added list, and I will update it periodically into my spreadsheet, maybe every other day, to see who has accepted, and then again, I'll write them over into my spreadsheet. So that's the friends of friends and recently added list. And then another great way to find people is through interest groups. So interest groups would basically be like what your interests are. So you could look for mommy groups, fitness groups. You know, you'll just go in the search engine up here and you can type okay, mommy and kids group. Okay, maybe not the mommy needs vodka because I don't know how much they're into exercise, but come sit over here, okay, baby, so that I can be right next to you, okay?
And you can help?
Yes. So, and then you have you can look for all these different groups. And for example, you can click on one. Here you go, baby. You can click on one and see I'm a part of this group, mommy and kids group. So you can find people through here because you have things in common. You can check, you can leave comments and make friends and friend request them, and then they already kind of know you because they've seen you post into these interest groups. Baby, please, okay? I'm working, all right? Give me like 15 minutes.
But I want something else.
Sorry, I apologize, you guys. This is what I need. Okay. Here. Okay. So this will be your interest groups. You can mommy and kids groups. So whatever you relate to best, ask to join that group, and then you will be able to just chat with people and get to know them and kind of make friends and build relationships. And then that's what this is all about, right? Okay, and then next would be big like pages that people admire. So for example, celebrity fitness trainers. I like to go to Jillian Michaels. There she is. So I can go to Jillian Michaels page, and then I can target people and friend request them because I know they already have an interest in fitness, so they're already into fitness, or they're looking to get into fitness and get fit. So I can go through here and kind of participate, or I'll simply friend request them because I know that they're interested in, first of all, at-home programs, because that's what she does, and also in weight loss. And then of course there's also fitness professionals on here who like to share their own personal advice and all of that good stuff. Okay. Another thing I like to do is, because I was a bikini competitor, I would go on NPC, so the National Physique Committee, their websites for different states, which actually shows contest results. So I can actually look at all the bikini competitors' names and just look them up on Facebook and find potential coaches that way. You just kind of have to get really creative with it, okay, you guys? So that's just a great example. Another thing you can do, hello. Another thing, sorry, Laura, is that you, Laurel?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, how are you? Would you mind? Okay, good. Would you mind muting your yourself on your end?
Sure, I think I can.
Sorry, I started a couple minutes early, so.
No, I'm late. I'm just jumping in to see if I can make part of it. The boys are set up with a movie, and I wanted to just see if I could get in here. I think I can mute it. Hold on. There. Better.
No, I can still hear you. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, now we're good, I think. Okay, so so as I was saying, is you can just go to like celebrity trainers, like Jillian Michaels, or you can go to Jackie Warner. I just try to think of different like mass like pages, so where there's like thousands or hundreds of thousands of people who have an interest that is related to fitness or weight loss, and then I kind of grab people from there and friend request them, and that usually works out really well too. Okay, and then okay, let's move on over here, and then we're going to go into creating conversations. So how to create conversations with people. So I know I always talk about the importance of not just inviting. It's also extremely important to build relationships first. I can't tell you guys enough how often I get Jamboree and Advocare and unique people contacting me, and I just see where they're going wrong in their business. And I even have Beachbody coaches contact me because they don't pay attention to my profile and they don't realize that I'm a Beachbody coach for whatever reason, because you know it's pretty clear it just shows that they don't understand the building relationship aspect of it. And when they contact me, it teaches me so many things, and it just constantly reminds me of how much I don't like that. You know, I don't like people just messaging me and being like, hey, what's up? So what do you think about joining one of my groups? It's like, the first thing I'm like, oh, great, you know, like here's another one. And I know that sounds awful. And that's the point I'm trying to make. It's all about building a relationship with an individual in order to have them trust you, not just necessarily as a friend or an acquaintance, but more so as somebody who can trust you with health and fitness goals and getting them better, and that you're not just trying to push them into a sale, because you know we do more than that. We truly help people. And when you make that contact with individuals and when you build relationships, they can feel that from you. If you're simply just saying, hey man, like you want to join a challenge group, and they've never heard of you, never seen you before, except for, you know, your posts, they're going to be like, oh, this is another person just trying to sell me something. You know, you don't want to be that person. That's not what we are as coaches, and that's not what we do here with Beachbody. We are not like everybody else. We want to be the company that helps change lives through building trustworthy relationships. So to create conversation, I go to their profiles. I take an interest in what they do. Plus compliment plus question equals conversation. People are very receptive to you being nice and giving someone a compliment. I mean, if you give someone a compliment and they don't reply, that's almost rude. You know, it's just not polite in our society. So usually when you give a compliment and you ask them a question, it's just a win-win combination. You know, first of all, they're going to feel flattered. And second of all, they will be a lot more open to answering your question. And that's how you can start a conversation. And that's how people end up remembering you. So that is really the main way that I start touching base with people. And especially with follow-ups. You know, people think that as soon as someone's become a follow-up, you've already built that relationship initially and they're just not interested right now. A lot of people feel like, oh, okay, I can just, you know, I can just follow up with them later and that's it. I don't need to still keep building relationship. No, that's when it's really crucial. You want to show people that you didn't just let them go because they said no. You want to prove to them that you're genuine about the things that you do and that it isn't about the sale. It is about building that relationship. And if you're not ready right now, I'm still here to support you as a friend. I'm still here to enjoy your posts, watch your kids grow up, you know, be relatable that my daughter is 3.5 and your son is 4, and, you know, how is his preschool going and all of that good stuff. You're not simply just gonna like shun them out because they didn't say yes quite yet. You know, it's important to show people that you're serious and genuine about the things that you have to offer, okay? So then, now I'm gonna share with you guys the Facebook Gold, okay? I found out about this kind of recently, and I'm telling you, it has saved me hours of time, hours, okay? So, and it is through, let me get to it. My computer's been really slow, so just hang in there 1 second. Give me 1 second. Ooh, I just got a package from Beachbody. Okay, sorry. Today's been a mess, okay? So I'm sorry for all the interruptions. Okay, all right, so here is the Facebook Gold, okay? So you have your column here on the left, and you're gonna scroll to interests, okay? You're gonna click on it. Okay, so here's my interest list, okay? And let me explain what this is. So usually when we have conversations with people, I don't know about you guys, but I know a lot of coaches, it's totally random. They'll just scroll through their news feed and like and comment and try and talk to people, but it's difficult to really target who you're talking to all the time. Like me personally, I have a list of all my challengers and coaches on when I'm going to contact them. And to just aimlessly be going through my news feed and, you know, commenting and liking doesn't guarantee that I'm actually in touch with the people I'm supposed to be. I hope that makes sense. So what I used to do is I used to actually have my spreadsheet to my right of the screen, and I would individually type in their name in the search bar, and then I would go to their profile and comment on their stuff, and then move to the next person and do the same thing, and the next person and do the same thing. And it was such a pain. It was so much work. And I'm like, there has got to be a better way. I'm thinking there's no way that these top 10 coaches or even top 100 coaches can build these solid relationships with people. And that's why they're doing so well, you know, by having to type their each and every single person's name into the search and then commenting on their stuff. And I was right. There is a better way to be efficient at this. And it's called your interest list. You can actually build an interest list and add particular people to particular groups that you can name and sort out yourself, okay? And the way this is done, I'm gonna show you guys, okay? And I'm sorry if I'm being confusing, like please speak up because I'm not the best at explaining these kinds of things. So you're gonna go to add interests, okay? And then you're gonna create your own list. And I'm gonna explain it a little bit further in a little bit. Let me first show you how to do it. And then you're gonna wanna create a list of friends. So you're gonna click on friends, okay? And then you would just type the people that you want in that group, okay? And then you would click next, and then you would pick a list name. So for example, here, hold on a second. So then what you would do is you would give this list a name, okay? So here's a bunch of names already. So yes, I have a list for you guys. So you would put, for example, your coaches, right? Coaches, all right? And then you want to make sure that you make this private, okay? So only you can see it. People are going, I know you guys wouldn't get upset because you're my coaches and I'm just here to like support you guys. But you would put it on only me, because if you start adding potential challengers and coaches to this list and they're like, who the heck is like, you know, seeing, commenting, they're gonna know that you're monitoring their stuff, okay? So you gotta put only me, and then you would click done. Okay, and then your list is created, all right? So, and then you can add people on the side right here. So we'll use Laurel as an example, and I would just click her and add her to this list, and it's not showing right now. Let's see. Well, anyway, what would end up happening is that all of Laurel's posts will show up in here, okay? I can add Manny as well, okay? And Amanda as well, okay? So then what I would do, here, we'll try it out, okay? I think I need to kind of refresh this. So we'll go back to my interests, and then we'll go to my coaches list. Oh, I actually have a bunch of them. Here we go. I think that's the one. Is that the one? It is the one, I think. Okay. See, so now, oh, actually, this is you guys' regular one. So now, as you can see, I have all of you coaches in here, and I can just like and comment without having to write you guys in the search engine. So everybody's already here. So at the end of my day, I have all my different lists. See here on the left, you can see all my list. I have my challengers list. I have coaches list. I have a follow-up list. I have a list on when I should enter this particular list. And what this is, like, this is how I do it. And I don't want to overcomplicate you guys, overcomplicate things for you guys. But it tells me when to enter this particular interest group, and then which challengers that I have written on my spreadsheet to write in here. Because I allow myself 1 month's time to talk to these people, okay? So from 4/4 to 4/15, these are challengers that I'm contacting at that time. But I want to actually comment on their stuff before that. So I open it on the 21st, which allows me 2 weeks for the people I'm contacting around April 4th, and it'll allow me about 3 weeks to a month for towards the end of this group, if that makes sense. So it's up to you how you want to create these interest groups, but I am telling you, it saves so much time. Number one, it stops you from scrolling aimlessly. You won't be hanging out on Facebook anymore. You'll actually be hanging out inside this interest group. 1 second, please. Like that, please. Thank you. I know, babe. I'm almost done. So you won't be aimlessly scrolling anymore. Even if you see a funny video or something, that's okay, because it's actually a challenger you might be contacted. So watch it and you can comment on it. It's not like you're looking at random stuff now. Like, you know, here she is getting her first pedicure. And then I can like and I can just say, "Aw, you know, that's so cute. I can't wait to do this with my daughter." Bam. See? And then I'll just go through this every night, you know, and it doesn't take long until I'm through with where I left off. So I have that list, and then I have potential coach list. Okay, and then I just comment and like on their stuff. And then I also look at you guys' stuff. And then I look at my challenger stuff because I want to be supportive to them also. And then here's my follow-up list on people who have said no to me as of now. But I'm hoping to change that by building a stronger relationship, okay? So I'm telling you, this is gold. I highly recommend you guys make these lists because it will make your conversations quick, fast, easy, and it'll put it all in one place and leave it extremely organized for all of you, okay? So let me see here. Okay, and what am I doing? There we go. Okay, so do you have any questions for me? I know it was kind of all over the place, sorry. Oh, you can unmute yourself if you want. I don't know if you have any questions or not, but.
Yeah, I don't really have questions. My only thought is that I'm using an iPad most of the time. So I'll just have to check out my PC once it gets hooked back up to make sure I can get into the interest, but I'm sure I can find it, figure it out.
You know, it is available on your iPad.
Yeah, I just have to find it, basically.
Yeah.
I looked for interests and a way to, like, you know, because obviously my Facebook profile was created a long time ago, and I don't know what interests I put up at that point. So I was looking for it the other day, and I couldn't seem to find it in, like, my profile or settings or something like that. Is there something that you know of in settings where you can change your interests?
You mean your interests as far as, like, your.
As far as, like, people who like certain same things as you or something. Is there some way that that's linked?
That's a good question. I would need to look into that because I actually don't know. I simply flock towards interest pages and, like, mommy groups. I don't know if you were in on the call already then. I talked about it briefly. like joining mommy groups. There's probably East Coast mommies, West Coast mommies, and you know, my town is Northridge. There's a Northridge mommy group, and so you can build relationships on there, and then friend request them into your network. That's something that I, which I talked about in the beginning of the call. I don't really know about like interest settings. I mostly only approach that when I boost my posts. So when I pay for advertising, that's when I put in my interest, and that's how it spreads out.
Got it.
People who have a similar interest. I don't really know how beneficial it is to just do that in your profile. And I'm sure it's possible, but that's kind of what I use hashtags for, because that's basically showing some interests that people are looking for. You know, like in my like page, I'll hashtag, or I don't hashtag that much in my personal page, which maybe I should do more, but I feel like it's kind of tacky sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm trying too hard.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep, it does. And also, I wanted to check in with you to, you know, I noticed and I kind of copied what you were doing with your like page. You post basically the same thing on your like page as your personal page.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like totally like streamlined type of thing. You usually just do that same thing.
It's what everybody does. Because if you're putting different content in two different pages, I don't think it flows over as well.
Yeah, I'm muted. My kids are fighting. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. I think like I've listened to a few calls of the top 10, especially Bonnie Angle, and she has this attitude of, you know what, if they don't like it, they don't have to follow me type of thing. You know, I think it's important to have a sense of self-pride and, you know, self-respect, and be like, hey, you know what, I'm worth listening to, or I'm worth watching because I'm offering a great opportunity, or I have great things planned, and you can choose to be a part of that. So that's kind of that. Sorry, you left, so I'll wait a minute. All right, you guys, as far as the recording, I think I'm gonna stop the recording. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry for all the interruptions. This happens sometimes, but anyway, I hope this was helpful. And if you guys have any questions, of course, you're always welcome to comment or message me, okay, you guys, or talk to you offline. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.